think about the criteria, which we'll repeat. If somebody has those printout of the judging thing, we'll repeat that at the end of this. Rainier. Okay.
All right. So this one's called Expect, and we meant to tackle clickbait. Clickbait's been around for a while. It works. People click on it a lot. Sometimes it's frustrating. And we want to educate the users and empower the users on social networks and other platforms to become more aware of clickbait and how it really works. And in order to do that, we create a browser plugin and a mobile app that allows people to see a clickbait score of some kind next to Facebook posts. We do that by injecting HTML via the plugin, right? And so next to a BuzzFeed or Playbuzz quiz, you see a symbol that says this one's really clickbaity and the next one isn't. How do we get the data? Well, we have.
No technical solution.
All right.
Yeah. Judges, any quick questions or points? What are you trying to? What's the value for the user? And remember, don't answer.
All right. Okay.
Any other judges' questions or points? Okay, great.
Cool.
Great. Okay. How about EU Conference on Accountability Data? ECAD. That's not the name. I'm just making that up. No. Okay.
So we'll do our 1 minute with two persons. And, well, mic is on. So the most important builder of startup incubators in whole Europe is in Spain. No one ever has heard of it. It's called Incide. They have built more than 100 startup incubators, all EU funded. And possibly almost nowhere in these incubators that are built and, well, everything's fine with them, but there's no startup inside them because that was not what they wanted the money for. They wanted the money for the local construction companies. And so that's one of the places where our money is wasted and where you just have to go on the ground to find out, well, let's see how many startups are really working in this incubator. No one ever has done it, and we would try to do it.
Yeah, so we were asking ourselves, how can we find out about EU subsidies and what has there been done already? And we found out that there are some maps about farm subsidies, fishing subsidies. There is data from the European Commission, from governments, from NGOs. But it's difficult to bring it together. So one thing we want to do is bring this together on a website so that you can see, oh, okay, there is this and that collected data about EU subsidies. Second thing, which is very important, all this is happening on the local level. So we want to build some kind of crowdsourcing tool so that people on the local level can tell about their local findings about EU subsidies, and when they kind of map their problems on our website, and then journalists can pick it up, they can find stories and get in touch with the citizen, and on the way back the citizen can of course see, okay, there has been something done, and maybe they can make the politicians in their local area accountable.
Great. So I would just ask a question. How do you avoid just reinforcing everyone's assumption that the EU is wasting money all over the place? Judges, other questions?
So, I mean, I'm interested right off the bat listening to the question about how many of these startups are there actually. So, do we have any idea? You say nobody knows, but is this, do we suspect that it's a big enough number that it's going to be relevant to a lot of people?
Other judges' questions? Linda?
Who's the target group exactly? Like, who do you think has the questions that you're trying to answer?
Great. Okay, what's it called again? GSV. Okay, who's next? How about who says?
2 minutes, you say. Okay. So we're trying to tackle diversity. So there's a number of different arenas of diversity that we could think about. Gender, cultural background, experience, age, disability. Of course, this is both in readership and in those who are writing the journalism. And one of the biggest problems is perhaps the visibility of journalists writing on topics of diversity. We want to bring together a promotion channel that allows us to curate diverse voices, both in terms of people writing on diverse topics and those who are diverse themselves, in order to promote. We want to promote journalists around Europe. We believe that there are many diverse European country perspectives on different topics, and we want to make sure that they're well represented at a European level. We think there's a byproduct to having a curated channel like this. We would be collecting information on diverse sources, journalists who are working on diverse topics, and those who are rather underrepresented in different arenas. We're just here to promote visibility. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, it'll be a good way to compare on a certain topic what has been written by whom and what are the different perspectives, to kind of showcase what it actually means if you have diverse voices talking about the same subject. And
Awesome.
what differences can arise from that. Yeah.
Great. Judges, questions, comments?
So it could be a website, it could be an app, it could be a newsletter. That's just a channel for which we promote this diverse content, and we don't have a decision about the output.
And remember, don't answer the questions. Just meditate
Sorry.
upon them.
I'll meditate.
Yeah.
But people have to submit their, individuals have to submit news organizations, or would it be just like anyone can give like anonymous information on this?
Yeah, these I can't.
Other? Yeah.
Question would be who's curating that, and how do you make sure that this keeps consistent, basically?
Great. Other judge, question or comment? Okay. Working title. Who says? Who else? Who has not gone? Middle table. Come up to the top. I'm not saying there's extra points if you sing up here, but okay.
You gotta let those extra points fly. Yeah, we were talking about filter bubbles and the fact that people only read stuff online that reflect their own opinion that they already have, and we established as a goal to try to engage people into confronting themselves with opinions they don't necessarily agree with in the first place. And our solution to that is an app where we present very briefly a topic and curate texts and other stuff from media which represents different opinions on that particular topic. And you confront yourself with these by giving your own opinion about that topic. I agree to whatever, and you will be presented with an article which you won't agree to, and vice versa. So you read about a topic and are necessarily confronted with opinions and pieces you won't agree with. And the working title of that is Debatimator, and we're probably trying to combine that with like a timeline, how the debate has established and how it came to where it is now.
Okay, judges, over here. Debatimator.
Yeah. So how do you justify placing the countering the filter bubble on the consumer side instead of the producer side?
Other judges, questions, comments?
Is this just for text, or is it for video and for audio?
Bold question. Okay, any other questions from the judges? Yeah, in the back. Damn, that's good. Way to burn. Yeah. Okay. Is there any other team? Is this the last one? Okay, good. We're on track.
Hello, everyone. The product that we're tentatively decided to name it 4 minutes ago is called Press Hub. And what it is thank you for helping us, by the way, like bring it all down after a very grueling day. Basically, for refugee crises, disaster zones, that sort of situation, when there's a massive dearth of information out there, what this lets you do, it's sort of like think of it as an MSF tent or even Reporters Without Borders tent, that sort of stuff, where people come in and we set up a tent and it includes a specific internet connection, which we can encrypt. We have printers. We can publish straight from it. So newsletters. People can also collect information that we can securely communicate with, right? So it's basically a place for people to come, get information, distribute information, receive information, share information, etc. In a kit. We called it originally Journalism in a Box. That was a terrible idea, so we switched the name.
Judges, I had one, which is how do you incentivize people who care about these issues to support it directly? Can they sponsor the printers or the paper? Other judges, questions or comments? And my part two is, where would you pilot it? Since there's no other questions, if you're not on this, go. How much does it cost? $19.99. No, okay, all right. All right, so just quickly, so these are the judges are going to have a little spreadsheet. They're going to score on 5 criteria, and then we're just going to tally up the winner, and that's how we're going to do it. So criteria 1 is originality and innovativeness. 2 is scalable and feasible. So if somehow you involve a rocket ship, that's going to be hard. Promotes engagement. Promotes adoption across a wide variety of newsrooms. And then just overall awesomeness is a category. So we're a little bit ahead of schedule, which is good. We have like an hour and a half-ish for the next round. Please, when you come back, don't just repeat what you did. Answer the questions. Anticipate some of these criteria, and we will scale by doing X. And also have, I encourage you to have a little bit of art, whether it's a song or a picture or, hey, we hacked up a little, logo. Just a little bit of something to get the flavor of it, okay? Great, and there's still coffee and everything, and I think most people figured out where the smoking is.